Alright. We're live.
On the NCR Podcast.
The NCR Podcast has made a comeback.
Is this how close I'm supposed to hold the mic?
I don't know. We're going to find out.
We'll see what the audio's like.
I think right in front of you. You might be a little close.
This feels very close.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
This is your first NCR Podcast.
It is, yeah.
Is it kind of awkward that we're sitting in a room together just talking?
It is weird because we do this all the time without mics, so it feels fabricated.
We're bringing back the NCR Podcast. I guess this episode is going to be about the Open. We just finished the Open.
Open recap, yeah.
We'll talk about some highs, some lows, maybe some personal opinions on the Open.
General feelings, yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of the Open? Actually, tell the people a little bit about yourself first.
Oh my god. Well, what kind of intro? This feels like in class the first day and you go around to a fun fact about yourself.
Oh man. I used to do that in class all the time.
Yeah? What was your fun fact?
My fun fact, I don't know if I've ever, I think I've said this before, but do you know who Michelle Rodriguez is?
No.
She's the girl. She's the girl from Fast and Furious.
Yes, that's who I
Vin
thought.
Diesel's girlfriend.
Yeah.
I was in a bar in Toronto once, and she was there, and it was a long time ago. Sorry, Alex, but I was like, I'm gonna go make out with Michelle Rodriguez, and she was DJing. She wasn't a DJ, but she was at the DJ's booth, just messing around. A lot of alcohol involved, and I was I just walk up to her and was just gonna shoot my shot, but as soon as I got within a foot of her, I just got fucking tackled by her bodyguard or whatever. And then she felt bad for me, so she got her bodyguard off me and held me up, and I ended up talking to her. I have a picture with her. Anyway, it was cool.
Did you make out with her?
No, I did not.
You did not.
I don't even think she's into guys, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it was doomed from the start. So.
Well, she's great.
What's your fun fact?
When I was in school, I never had any fun fact because I don't want to tell people that I do CrossFit because then they're like, what is that? And then you have to explain it, you know?
Yeah.
And then my fun fact is always kind of related to what I study, but then in that space, everyone already knows what you study. My fun fact here, I guess, is that I'm doing my PhD in feminist and gender studies, which is not really that fun.
It's cool. I think as soon as you say the three letters PhD, people care a little bit more than if you're I'm doing a psych degree.
Yeah, I kind of hate that though.
Why?
I don't know. Whenever I go, whenever I'm out in public, I often say I'm in grad school, so then it's kind of ominous, you know. And then when I'm out with my mom, she's she's doing her PhD, and I'm like, okay, mom, let's sit down.
Is there a sense of smartness that's associated with someone doing their PhD?
I think so, yes.
And that's a little bit of pressure?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I also think it's such a privilege to do higher education, you know?
Yeah, totally.
And so I don't want to flex it, you know? I did a PhD. It's yeah, because I could.
Yeah, now that I think about it, you're very quiet about it.
Yeah.
It is a good fun fact.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, when you're in the PhD with a bunch of other people doing their PhD, you don't actually feel that smart, you know?
Yeah, because you're surrounded by very smart people all the time.
Yeah, lots of intellectualizing.
So I want to bring this back because you were saying I don't like to have to explain CrossFit. And I feel like the other day I had a conversation with Coach Sam, and there was three of us, and we were all telling one person what CrossFit was, and everyone's definition was a little bit different. And Sam said one, and I was like, this is good. So how would you describe CrossFit to someone that had no idea?
I had no idea. Well, I would say that we work out at a gym, and it's usually, the workouts look different every day. And there's usually a combination of three kinds of things of aerobic, kind of cardio stuff, weightlifting, and gymnastics. And then I kind of run them through a visual of what the class would look like. So we all bring it into the whiteboard. Coach explains what we're doing. They walk you through it. They talk about the workout, and then you do the workout with everybody. Come back to the whiteboard and take your scores.
That's great. That's good. And as I'm listening to different people explain CrossFit, I feel like we need to think of a one sentence that's just gonna lure them in. Because I remember, I forget who the third person was, but they described it, and it was just like this long, drawn-out explanation. And then Sam explained it. And you know the way Sam talks. Like, does
so eloquent.
Fantastic job at describing what it is. But then I was like, these people are talking too long. So I was just like, listen, if you want to be the best version of yourself, you got to try CrossFit. That's what I said. That was my pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't know if that's good or not. So
that sells people.
Yeah, that's something I'm gonna like continuously work on. Like just like a one quick answer, because a lot of people ask that, right?
Yeah,
a lot
for sure.
of people. And you wanna sell them.
Yeah.
So
it's hard to do though, because it really depends who you're talking to. You know, if you tell someone who's like doesn't work out or just getting in their physical activity is hard for them, like you can be the best version of yourself. Like, whoa, I just want to get in a quick sweat. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know if that sells them.
Yeah. And then like there's also like a lot of things that are left off the table when you like your explanation. Like that was a very good explanation of like what to expect at a CrossFit gym. But like it doesn't even begin to describe like the community and like you know the event. Like we party together. You know what I mean? We have fun together. Like these are people I trust. These are my friends. You know, so it's like, and that's a big part of it, right? That's a big part of it.
It's hard to communicate that to people.
I know, because then you sound crazy.
Yeah, because then you sound like a cult leader.
Yeah.
And that's also kind of something you have to like experience and feel for yourself, you know?
Totally, yeah.
I can tell you, oh, like this community is awesome, but that doesn't mean anything if you're not part of the community, you know?
You're right. It's cool, yeah. Anyway, something I'm going to keep working on is like how to describe it. And you're right, it might be good to have like that different explanations to different demographics of people.
Small tweaks.
You're like someone who's never exercised,
mm-hmm.
someone who might be at like a Greco or like a F45, someone who, you know, might have done CrossFit but had a bad experience.
Yeah.
Cool. The Open.
The Open.
How'd it go for you?
The Open was fine.
Do you want to talk about 22.2?
I don't want to. No, we can talk about 22.2. I mean, it was a strange workout. By strange, I mean I feel like I did terribly. That sounds awful. Well, I know I'm not good at deadlifting. I know that. Have I been trying to deadlift more? Sort of. Could I have deadlifted more? Probably. Yeah. But I mean, this year, I think it was this year, or maybe at the end of last year, I did PR my deadlift by like 20 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a really not great deadlift. It was like the same as my squat, actually.
Well, I'm just thinking about a 20-pound PR. That's huge.
Yeah. But it just like ruined me. But it's hard to say if it ruined me because of the deadlifts or because of the burpees, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was, I'm on the other side of the fence here. Like, it was the perfect
best workout for you.
Yeah, I loved it.
Why was it so good for you?
Well, it's just movements that I'm good at. I'm not a very tall athlete, so
Mm.
my range of motion is smaller in the deadlift. I have long arms as well. And then burpees, like I'm also, you know, compared to the average field, I'm on the lighter side of things, so I feel like burpees are a little bit easier for me. But yeah, like the Open as a whole, let's talk about what do you think of the programming?
This is a unique question because I don't feel like if I'm gonna like critique a workout that I'm not good at, you know, then it's like you're critiquing it because you're not good at it, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, but that's not even that true with 22.2. I think it was a great test. I mean, I did it twice and did do better the second time. And that's pretty unique for me. I feel like the most redos I do a little bit better.
Yeah.
So I guess it means I tried really hard and it was a good test.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm kind of looking at the Open as a whole, and I found this year to be very unique. There's a couple things that were brand new to it, right? We didn't have a redo. It's the first time since 2011.
Oh, a repeat, yes.
We didn't have a repeat workout. And I found personally, and to put some context behind this, like I finished in the top 10 percentile, and I'm moving on. But I found every workout brought me the same stimulus. And I only lay that foundation of context because someone who's not, you know, a quarterfinals athlete may have seen some variance in the test in terms of the stimulus they offered. And you know, stimulus is basically how the workout makes you feel. But I found all the time domains to be very similar. You know, like, and then there was no test of strength.
That's true.
And then, yeah, like I just found like week 1 I had a little bit of a friend line, week 2 I had a bigger friend line, week 3 I had a crazy friend line. And that was the stimulus for me. Now again, For other athletes, like that deadlift bar proved to be heavy. The gymnastics proved to be a challenge. But for that top 10 percentile, the workouts were very similar. So I'm very excited to see what they do with the quarterfinals. I will say, as a gym, I loved the workouts. They were so easy to facilitate. It was very easy to run 2 heats per class. In terms of equipment, it wasn't absurd. There was no 25-foot this, 25-foot that. And so it was very easy from an affiliate. And maybe that's the way CrossFit, it's pretty obvious that that's the direction CrossFit is heading in, is to make it more accommodating for the affiliate. But that was a pleasant surprise for me.
Not a ton of plates either. You didn't have to do any scrambling plate changes we didn't have a lift. That was very strange we didn't have a lift.
Yeah, totally.
I think that's weird. I don't know if that would have, I feel like that would have been neutral for me, but I think that was a necessary test that was kind of missed.
Yeah, I agree, but, you did qualify for quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So, there's no doubt in my mind we'll see that test in quarterfinals. But that's what I mean, for the elite, that thruster barbell was not heavy, the last barbell.
No, it wasn't heavy. No.
It did terrible things to my body and my brain and my mind and my heart, but it wasn't heavy.
No.
So, yeah, it's an interesting open. New open, maybe start of the new era.
Maybe.
Without Dave Castro anymore.
But even last year, we had, when we did 21.3, we had the barbell right after, which is kind of what I thought we would see with the last workout.
Yeah.
And then we also had the front squat for max front squat in quarterfinals. So,
Yeah.
kind of unique.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Normally you get that, the front squat to me is a test of raw strength, and then the clean and jerk complex was a test of weightlifting. I wonder if we'll see one of each.
Maybe.
We get a snatch and or a clean and jerk, and then maybe a squat or whatever.
Do you think we're going to see ring muscle ups in quarterfinals this year?
I think so. They're on the list. There's rings on the list.
Rings were on the list last year too, but we didn't get a
really?
Yeah, no.
Shit. Yeah, maybe Toda ring. I don't know.
Toda, I think there's only. No, that was for the open.
The Toda ring to me though is not a quarterfinals movement.
No.
It's easier than a Toda bar.
Love a Toda ring.
We also didn't see a Toda bar this year.
Yes, that was also strange.
Yeah.
But do we always see pull up chest bar, Toda bar?
I don't know. I'd have to get back to the books, but I feel like we've always done a Toda bar. Oh, we have. Yeah, I feel like we have. I can't think of a year where we haven't. Last year we did it in that thruster front squat workout. Yeah. But we had quite a few athletes qualified from the gym.
A ton, yeah.
You, me, PT, Max, Tyler Marsh, Leanne, Kaylee, Alessia, Justin, Mangat, Jules, Victor, Alex, Cox, Kaylee Sharon, Joy Jaguar, Emma Avon, Heather Claybo, Kendra St. Louis, and more. That's the people that have contacted me.
It's a ton of people, yeah.
Am I missing anyone? Sorry if I am.
I don't know, but it's official in a couple days. If not today, the scores are going to be official. I don't know if they'll get an email
The
out.
scores are official right now.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah, as of Tuesday at 8 p.m. they're official.
Is there the cutoff line? Did we see that? How they cut off for who qualifies? Is that up on?
I didn't see a line.
Okay.
I didn't see a line.
Maybe they're doing that
I think
soon.
they do that for quarters, maybe.
I looked last year, and on the following Thursday, I got an email. Was an invitation.
But next weekend is the quarters.
I know, it's soon.
Literally a week today they announced the workouts.
I know.
It's kind of a quick turnaround.
It is very quick.
You're gonna do quarters?
I'm gonna do quarters, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I don't think I will.
Because you're gonna do the age group qualifier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is, last year the workouts were very similar, so I just don't see any value in doing both.
If you had to do individuals, age group, team, that's a lot. I would not.
Yeah, that's another thing too. We realized that there's some potential for team. Also, another thing I realized is that I'm actually gone the weekend of the team qualifiers.
Yes, we need to
because
follow up on
we
that.
thought the level 1 was the first weekend of April. It's actually the second weekend of April.
Yeah.
So my bad. I'm not here. Maybe we get Victor to replace me. Who else is on this list? Sam York. Justin Mangat.
Justin Mangat's going in Indy for the his group.
Age group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He almost didn't qualify. He had to redo the last workout.
Tell me that this morning.
Tell you this?
Yeah.
I saw him at 6 a.m. I guess on Monday. No, on Tuesday. And he said it was very tense in the Mangak household because he didn't know if he was qualifying. He said he was asking Dawn and Remy and their dog if they thought he was going to qualify, and he thought about coming to redo the workout Monday night.
He told me that. And Dawn was on one leg. She was reduced to one leg for the double unders.
Nothing.
What a CrossFit family, eh?
Yeah.
What do you think is going through Remy's mind?
Remy's
What's
like
wrong with my parents?
a lot to live up to. I have very intense
Poor
parents.
kid. There's also the topic of Justin. You know, I don't know if he's expressed his concerns to you, but he's felt very left out with the Legends throwdown.
He felt left out.
Yeah.
Is he a legend?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. But he didn't get his chance
He
to
seems
throw
to
down.
think he is.
Okay. You know, Justin did miss his chance to do the couples throwdown.
He did, and he blamed it on Remy.
Yeah.
Remy, poor kid, he's got so much weight on his shoulders. Having parents like Don and Justin.
My boy Remy.
God damn. So, yeah, I don't feel bad.
Well, he's gonna make an appearance in the quarterfinals throwdown with
Yeah.
all the NCR athletes, so
You're right.
he'll get his big debut.
Yeah, we can call him a legend after that, depending on his performance. Is there anyone else on this list that impresses you? Oh, I don't have Maddie on here. Maddie's also on.
Maddie, is anything different because she's a team?
What do you mean anything different?
Like, does she have to do any different qualifier?
Age
or-
group.
Oh, right, okay.
Everyone thinks the age group is just masters.
I know.
Anyone stand out to you this year?
That qualified?
Yeah. We were kind of talking about this in the office earlier.
Yeah.
It's honestly the usual suspects. Victor's a new guy. Jules is a new girl.
Victor's new, yeah. Jules doesn't surprise me. I mean, based on what I saw her in class, I think that makes total sense she qualified.
Yeah.
A lot of these people qualified last year, like who we got
Jules
here.
did as well last year. Yeah.
June, she
I don't know if
qualified
Victor
last year.
did. Kaylee Sharon did not qualify last year.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Alex Cox.
Yeah, she's up and coming.
Yeah.
We were talking about Alex Cox. Alex, if you're listening, tune in. She came out of nowhere. Tony's girlfriend, Tony's fiance, and we never see her in class.
Yeah.
So, we were talking about how, her performance was surprising to us in a great way, but that's just because we never see her train.
Yeah. She does come with Tony to 6 a.m. sometimes.
Does she? I've never had them. I've never had her in a class. I've seen her train, like, usually I see her on Friday afternoons.
Yeah.
I saw her get her first bar muscle up. Remember that? But, yeah, what a savage.
But she's got a figure skating background,
That's
so
right.
she's not walking in here completely unathletic. She's
Yeah.
got a good foundation.
She works in another gym, right?
I believe so, or trains a bit out of there.
We gotta get her in classes.
Yeah.
Tony, if you're listening, Alex, if you're listening,
Tony, do the work.
get her in classes.
Who else? Georgia Gare, she qualified last year, but I don't think she did it last year. Did she?
No, she didn't. She didn't. She did not do it. I don't remember.
Because it was all
So
really
much
weird last year.
a blur with lockdowns.
Yeah. Heather didn't do it either, but she qualified.
Heather did the age group last year. I remember doing
Did
it.
she?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but she didn't do individuals. Right? Because it was like
no.
rope climbs, it was...
Yeah, and the individuals was like right at the heart of a lockdown. And then in the age group was like a little bit later. So that was the one where we had to drag a GHD out to the park and tie a rope to a tree, and oh my god, crazy. Kendra's a what?
Elite. Yeah, very elite.
I think the question for Kendra is will she make it to semifinals?
Yeah, man, she did really good on the last couple workouts.
Yeah, the first one she kind of bombed. But as her coach, like, there's always that question of should I redo? And I feel like there's not a whole lot of value in redoing if you know you're going to qualify to quarterfinals.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get a score to qualify for quarterfinals, then yes, redo. But
Did she consult you about a redo? She thought about redoing it?
she didn't. No, she never thought about it. It was kind of the game plan going into it that she would not redo them, so she never questioned the process. And but if you look on the leaderboard, like she's got like decent, second and third are decent. First is way lower than her. So.
I mean, she didn't do bad on the first one, but she just did exceptionally well. I think she was one rep away from finishing the second workout.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. One rep.
Yeah.
Which is good.
I would like to see her do the last workout.
She came a second behind me.
Yeah, that's...
The last workout was so bad.
Too tight.
It was so bad for me.
Wait, can you tell us what happened there?
I don't know what happened. Like, in my head, I was like, take it slow and steady. you know, get to the last bar and then like unleash. Did my 21 thrusters, 21 pull-ups, 21 thrusters, dubs. And then I got to the chest bars and I just kind of zoned out and did 21 chest bars. Not unbroken, I did like 11, 11 and 10 or some shit. Or 10 and 11. And then I got to the thruster bar and I started to feel a little, you know, a little shitty. So I did 10 and 8. And I was like, 10 and 8, no, like that's very conservative for you guys. Then I got to the bar muscle ups, I did 7. I was like, okay, almost halfway there, like you're good. And I went 4-4. And then when I got to the thruster, like it started to creep up on the double unders. I was like, should I break up these dubs? I don't feel good. And then I got to the bar, and it took me like 90 seconds to 2 minutes to get through that last bar, which was like a quarter of the workout. And then I was really messed up. Crazy headache. I had to go outside. Amy almost called an ambulance on me. Like I was just really messed up. 20 minutes later, I came back to life. And then so that was that. Like, I don't think it was. I don't think the workout did a good job at. Like it was a bad performance for me. Very happy with my time. You know, for anyone listening, and you're like, screw this guy, he finished it. He's a dick. I'm very happy with my time. I'm not complaining, but it wasn't a true representation of what I can do with the workout. But I mean, whatever. It's all good. It's all done.
What would you do differently if you had to do it again?
I'd break up like everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know people like, you know, I've talked to athletes. Like Victor's a great example of an athlete who was 1 rep away from finishing, redid it, was extremely more conservative, and finished it with like a minute to spare.
Yeah, he did really good on his redo.
Yeah. Same with Pierre Paul. He did his first time was 11:08. Second time he did it, he was in the 8s.
Whoa.
By just breaking shit up way more and just like showing
That's
up.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's a crazy improvement.
I know. So that's the move. And I don't know if you watched Maddie do it.
I didn't see her do it.
Did you end up redoing it?
I did, yeah.
What'd you get?
932.
Oh, you got her. Shit. Because Maddie's performance was very. I was there to kind of help her get through it, and every time I saw her like losing control of her breath and her body, I'd be like, Maddie, stop. You good? She'd be like, yeah. Okay, carry on. And I think that's the way to get through that workout. For most. For someone like PT, who's got like a 5-minute score, for them it's just grip it and rip it because they have that capacity. But someone who's like looking to get it under that 7-minute mark or maybe under that 10-minute mark, it's got to be a little bit more.
More thoughtful. Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's what I tried to do in my redo.
And it worked.
Yes. But when we went in, I kind of gained it with Kaylee. And so the first time I did it, I did the 21 pull-ups unbroken. I broke up the thrusters, broke up the chest bar. And then all I did different was break up the pull-up. Yeah, I broke up everything more, but we still planned for me to get to the bar muscle-ups with like less time. So then I had a lot more, and then I could open up with a bigger set of bar muscle-ups.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So I broke it up more, but still at one point, like I got to the bar muscle-ups, and we were like 45 seconds faster than the first time I did it.
Oh wow.
And we were like, shit. I don't know.
That's
what
not
happened.
a bad thing because you broke things up. So from
No.
a muscular standpoint, your muscles are in a better shape, and you did better.
Yeah. Worked, I guess.
Should we talk about Tyler?
We can talk about Tyler, yeah.
Killed it.
Yeah, it's
Smashed
very,
it.
very phenomenal performance.
I'm glad because that guy, like, he puts in some work.
Yeah, see, I don't see that much.
Oh my god.
I'm not at the gym when he trains.
He trains so much.
Yeah.
And it's weird to me because I don't train that much anymore. But when I was his age, or not his age because he's younger than I was before, I didn't even know CrossFit when I was his age. But he does like what we used to do when I was competitive.
Volume.
2
on
sections,
volume.
yeah, just tons of shit.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for him.
Good for him. Yeah. I bet his gym in Orangeville is pretty pumped for him.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, what was he, top 15 kid?
I don't know, but very close. Like I think top 70 for sure.
Yeah, it's great. Good for him. I really hope he makes it to semifinals. He doesn't think he will, but
I think he will.
I hope he does.
What's his plan of action now?
I don't really know. So like he's here for fire school, and I don't know if you heard about this, but as of today or tomorrow, the college, I don't know if it's nationwide, but I know Algonquin College, which is where he's going, they're going on strike.
did hear that this might be a possibility for some schools.
I mean, maybe it's a blessing in disguise, right? Maybe he gets to just kind of zone out and focus on making it to semifinals. Maybe not. I don't know. It's not a good thing. You know, Guillermo is also affected by this.
Guillermo?
Yeah.
Where's Guillermo?
He's in Oklahoma. He's back in Oklahoma.
Oh, when? No, he's been here.
He's been here, but then we locked down and he went back to Mexico for like Christmas. He just came back, delayed his return.
Got it.
But he's been back for he came back on March 1st. 2 weeks in, he's going on strike. Poor guy.
That sucks.
So, yeah, and he's an international student, so they pay a ton of money. You know what I mean? So he's just, literally, his tuition's getting demolished.
Is Guillermo coming back to the gym?
I don't know. He's still working out. He lives with Zach Leger, former CrossFit NCR teen athlete. But he's coming tomorrow to see me. Him and Benny are actually going to come tomorrow.
I was going to say, Regine messaged the NCR Facebook of a picture of her and Benny. And she's like, look who I found when I was skiing. It was really wholesome.
Yeah. Wait, he's here now?
Yeah, he's in Gatineau.
That's funny. We bumped into Regine's husband once.
Did you?
In Gatineau. Swimming.
That's open water swimming?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, so great representation. Do you have a plan for quarterfinals for yourself?
No.
What would you say to an athlete going into quarterfinals? How would you help them prepare? Do you have anything that you do differently, or? Because it's kind of intense, right? The Open, you get one workout over the course of 4 days. The quarters, you get 5 workouts in the course of 4 days.
Yeah.
So there's no you can throw around that. And you also, last year, you had 24 hours to do a workout, and then you had another 24-hour window. So the whole redo concept is no longer. You can't really do that.
That's true. Well, one thing, I think our roster of athletes is used to doing multiple workouts in a session because they're all on Reza programming.
Not many, just 2, 3 of them.
Really? I feel like there's more.
No.
There's quite a few on there though
4.
that I think
All girls.
are used to doing multiple workouts a day. So for them, I don't think it's a big sweat.
Yeah.
And I think if you are an athlete who redos, then maybe you want to take stock of that. And are you a person who redoes workouts because you really think you can do better, or because you didn't give it 100% the first time, or just because you want to try and beat someone and you're just going to try the best that you can? If you're someone who thinks it didn't try as hard on the first time, then I think you just need to trust yourself a little bit more on the first workouts. Yeah. But
you're I don't think you can redo a quarterfinals workout.
no, you can't.
Okay, good. Okay, as long as we're on the same page about that.
Well, no, you can. Didn't Noah Olsen and Travis Mayer and these people redo one from last year? It was a row wall ball.
So they did it twice within 24 hours?
It's insane. I think they did it 3 times.
That's so crazy. And that was one of the first workouts. So you're sandbagging yourself you're killing yourself for the rest of the quarterfinals.
Maybe.
I don't think it's a good idea.
I don't think it's as commonplace as redoing workouts in the Open.
Yeah, I mean, you really gotta know you need your game plan needs to be on point, right? For example, what happened to me in 22.3, that shit can't happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah.
I mean, depending on what kind of athlete you are, where you want to end up. Who at the gym do you think has the best shot at making it onto the next round?
Kendra and Tyler, I think.
PT does too, as a master's athlete.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he finished 28th, and they take the 30 go to semifinals.
I think, I mean, he might go.
Maddie too.
Maddie for her age group, yeah.
Yeah, for her age group.
Yeah. It's Maddie's last year as a teen.
Last year as a teen. Big
Whoa.
year.
Big stuff.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a plan for next year, or you're focusing on this year still?
Not really, just focusing on this year. I mean, she's I feel like next year she'll still be a phenomenal. I don't think she's going to stop, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But this year, she'll do the qualifier, which will be good for her. She'll be significantly better. But I mean, the teens are just on another level now, man.
It's wild.
That Emma Lawson girl.
Yeah.
She's crazy good.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I know. I can't believe she's that young.
It's nuts. It's nuts. How old were you when you started?
I was 18 or 19.
So you're young too.
I was young, yeah. It's my first year out of university I started.
And you're still getting better.
Yeah, I am getting better.
That's great. Where did you like rank?
This year?
Yeah, in terms of last year.
I did worse.
Oh shit.
Yeah, by like 100 squats. In North America, I think.
Wow.
I think I'm 250 something this year, 230 something.
In North America?
I think so, yeah. But last year was also a very unique year because a lot of people weren't doing it because of COVID, I think.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, you're right. That's actually plays a huge role in it. Like the actual registration numbers were significantly more this year.
Yeah.
What are your goals? What do you want to do?
In quarterfinals?
No, just like in CrossFit. Like, do you aspire to make it to like semifinals one day, or like?
No, I don't think so.
You're just in it for fun.
Yeah, it's fun. I have a good time every day.
Was there ever a point in your life where you were like, you wanted to like be like really good?
Like, I wanted to be good enough to be able to kick it with some of the good people, you know?
Yeah.
Like exactly what I have now. Like, it's dope that I can go in and work out with you, or like Paul, or like, you know, I could hop in and work out with Kendra or something like that.
And like be relevant.
Yeah, and like, you know, not do a completely different scale version of the workout, because like of course you can do that. But yeah, I kind of wanted to be someone they can kind of throw in any place in the workout. It's like, all right, she can like handle this. She's not amazing, but she can do the stuff.
Yeah, like an RX athlete.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's cool. I never knew that about you.
Yeah. What's funny is that I feel like gymnastics was my biggest weakness when I started CrossFit, and this year is my best finish in the open.
Wow, that's good.
It's pretty dope.
Working on your weaknesses. I see you with Kaylee, man. I come in, you guys are upside down.
Muscle ups.
Doing your thing, muscle ups.
Muscle ups, strict handstand push-ups.
Kaylee, let's talk about
day.
Kaylee. She got 2 muscle ups.
Okay, well, she
Went
did.
under the radar. No one's talking about it. There's no fancy Instagram videos.
Well, she wouldn't let me take a video. It's too much pressure.
Very Kaylee. Very Kaylee.
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. But I mean, we've been practicing, and it's because like I want to touch the rings and do some ring muscle ups once a week.
So she just has to.
So she has to get on the rings or work on her bar muscle ups, which she has. And actually, Leanne's been around, I feel like, for quite a bit of that, because Leanne, sometimes we do it on Fridays.
Yeah. And
Leanne coaches in the morning. So Leanne is around and like always is giving her some tips. And even when Leanne watched the last couple of weeks, she was like, Haley, it's there. Like, you can totally get one. And she's tried a couple times. But
I wish I was there.
It was good.
The John B. muscle up. Never forget it.
Honestly, I think I've watched that video 100 times.
Me too. We were all talking about this. How many times we watched it?
It's so good.
Let's try our best, because there wasn't a lot of people there, and they see the video, and I don't think the video does justice. Let's try to like recap that moment.
Okay.
So, I'll start, and then you fill in the blanks. John walks in to do the workout, and I'm getting everyone's plates ready. And I go, John, you're missing 10s. He's like, are you crazy? I'm not getting a bar muscle. And I'm like, I like smirk at him, and I'm like, never sell yourself short. And he's like, okay, Rez. Literally, this, okay, Rez. You guys
I
can all
can
picture
hear it, yeah.
at John B. Like, super like, you know, there's no way I get a muscle up. Finishes the thrusters, probably at what, 10:50? So he's got a minute and 10 seconds left. And he's like, at this point, he's like laughing, because he's like, okay, that's the end of the line for me, folks. And then, I might be wrong, but I feel like I crept up. Just try one. Just go try one. And then he jumped up, tries one.
It was very close.
Feel free to interject if I'm off, because I tend to exaggerate these things. Came super close, and everyone kind of looked around like, holy shit, that was way closer than we thought, based on how he was acting. This guy can get a muscle. So I did my you know, if I've ever coached you and you've got a muscle up, the old jump to the bar, get a swing, and go. He did that, and came close again. Was there 4 attempts?
I think there was 4, yeah.
So he came close again. 11:30, 30 seconds on the clock, jumps up, came really close again. Like, if he wanted to, he could have stuck his feet against the ring and threw himself over.
Yeah. His like arm, like it actually probably would have been a no rep if he got this, so it's kind of good he didn't get on this one, but very close.
And then he came down with like the body language of the workout is over. There's only 10 seconds left. Nothing can happen. And I'm there fucking yelling at him like, you gotta try one more time. With 5 seconds left, he jumps up, bangs out like the easiest muscle up he's ever, like the only muscle up he's ever done. And the fucking crowd goes wild.
was insane.
It was insane.
So,
he went wild.
He did go,
He went
did go
wild. Mullet was screaming. Just, he's losing his mind. We're all looking at each other like we just hit a PR. It was electric.
Cool, yeah.
It was electric.
So I was, he was like on the other side of the gym, and I was sitting on a bench, kind of basically right across from him.
Yeah.
And then he was trying some muscle ups, and I was like, whoa, I think he could get one. So I was like joking. I was like, I'm on it. Mom's gonna go take a video. So
I remember that.
I went to go tape him, and I saw this whole thing unfold. And when he went for his last one, and he came up, and I could was looking at John, but I could also see the whole other side of the gym also watching him.
Yeah.
And when he finished, it literally felt like there was an explosion happening
crazy,
on the other side.
Crazy. It was like
the crowd.
I think Nick Gowalla just failed the muscle up, stopped, and just watched. And he was, even though he had just failed something, he was so fired up. It was cool.
It's amazing.
And this kind of comes back around to what we talked about at the beginning of this podcast, which was community, these things. How do you communicate that to people? And you did a great job of you can't. They got to experience it themselves. But that alone, that feeling of being so happy for someone else to have achieved something that has nothing to do with you. You just. But it was so cool. It was so cool.
It was awesome.
I'm looking around and there's people who don't even know who John is. They've never met him once in their life. And they're fucking losing their minds.
So pumped.
It was sick.
What didn't get on video but was awesome was when he came down from the muscle up. He said, "I'm king of the world."
Oh yeah.
I talked to him about that this week, and he said he wanted to do that at the top of his muscle up, but he was like, "I gotta get down. It's scary up here."
He did a solid lion roar at the top.
Yeah, he did. It's awesome.
Do you think he slept that night?
Honestly, I don't know how he could. He must have been so fired up. People have been fist bumping him all week.
I didn't. I had a hard time sleeping. I still talk about it. The muscle up game.
Yeah. We love you, John.
Great. We gotta get that guy on Instagram.
We gotta get John Meek on Instagram.
Has he ever, have we tried?
No, once I tried to tag him when he was Member of the Month, Member Spotlight.
Yeah.
So I tagged his wife instead of, yeah.
I tagged Meek Mel yesterday.
I did see that.
That's funny. Alright, well, that's 37 minutes. First podcast back. We'll take it light.
That's easy to get.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say to the audience before we log off?
No. Well, yeah, I do actually.
Want to talk about what we're going to do in the next couple weeks? Some people we want to bring on?
Yeah, we can do that. You can do that. I'll talk about the Open because the Open ends and then people are just kind of like that high energy, that motivation just kind of doesn't die, but it will die in the next month. So I was telling the 6 and 7 a.m. class this morning, get on that leaderboard, see where you did, see where you fall short, right? We did 3 workouts with different movements, and we did better or worse at them. See what your worst one is, work on it, right? I was talking to Mike Petter this morning. The deadlift one was glaring weakness. Got to do more deadlifts, and just have some goals for next year. This is I feel like so many people are just oh yeah, I came 25,762nd in the world. It's okay, next year aim to get top 25,000.
Mm-hmm.
It could be as small of a goal as that, but don't show up. Know what you need to work on, and just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. When you roll up to open gym, have a purpose. If it's double unders you need to work on, or thrusters, or whatever the hell it's got to be. And then start thinking about next year now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have to say.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say? A couple people we're gonna bring on the podcast.
No, just some ideas we have.
Yeah.
We want to talk about your article that you're publishing with CrossFit.
Yes.
About intellectual disabilities in CrossFit.
Yeah. And how to get a program started at your gym.
Yep. We're gonna get Sam on here.
Get Sam.
Talk about his experience with CrossFit.
His life.
Yes. Salvation through CrossFit. We're gonna bring on the Mindful Mover. We can talk about the Open maybe a little bit, still relevant.
Yeah.
I can talk about some CrossFit stuff.
And if you guys listening have any ideas, feel free to send them in.
Yeah, message us on Instagram.
Or anything. Just we want ideas.
That's the lineup right now.
Sweet.
Good stuff.
Yeah. See you guys next week.
See you later.
Bye. That's good.
We did it.